Did you have a second Forge World Horus model on your bingo card for Nova? Because I definitely did not have that on my bingo card for Nova. That's right, we have Horus Ascended, as well as just Horus. Just Horus? Doesn't sound quite as good when it's got no, like, thing at the end, does it? It's a new Horus model. We have a new Horus model for the Horus Heresy. And admittedly, he does look pretty good. He does look pretty decent. I just wasn't expecting to see a second Horus model anytime soon. But that's not necessarily a complaint. He does look quite nice. We can see at the edges of the armour there, we've got some nice kind of flame motifs around the eye of Horus. We've got a bit of that kind of arrow-esque spiky ornamentation that you get a lot of in the 40k Chaos Space Marines. It is just a slow corruption, a slow change. Also, so many cables rammed into his head, which definitely makes him look far more angry. The nice kind of underlit feel as well coming from the armour, which right now, admittedly, sort of looks like he's got a little cauldron of blood his head sticking out of. I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but that's kind of what it looks like from this angle. At least got some spikes on the top. This is, I think, a good version of Horus. It does look decent. Of course, the question is, what does he look like next to the original Horus model? Because you kind of need a side-by-side to work out, you know, what's changed, what's different. And very helpfully, they've done exactly that for us, so I don't even have to do it myself. That is a significant difference. That is actually a significant difference. I think you could be forgiven at first of just going like, well, is he all that different from what he used to be? Yeah, he is. He definitely looks so much more, well, evil, corrupted. He looks more brutal. He looks a bit more, not necessarily lean, but there's something like almost hungrier about the Ascended version. I don't know how else to put it. It just looks more brutal by far. You've got little changes to the armor where the Lunar Wolves pad on the knee has been changed out for another Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus symbols on the armour have just become that much more vibrant and like more decorative. Like there's the same number. Like, well, actually there's one more, I think, isn't there? Two more on the new armour. But like what surrounds them has changed and changed the attitude of them a lot. You've got little things like the beast on his back. That seems to be bigger and like more damaged and stringy in places. You've got the spikes on the top of the Terminator armor there, which add quite a lot in terms of the silhouette. The blades on the Lightning Claw are significantly more brutal. Like they look more like edged, and I don't know, there's just something about them that's kind of thinner and more scalpel-like. You've got the addition of like a skull and a head, little things across this model that make quite a big difference to the overall energy of it, the overall silhouette of it. It looks leaner, hungrier, more evil, more intent on doing harm. Things like all the cables going into the head even. Admittedly, it almost looks like the shape of the head is different. It looks like his head's been scaled down slightly to accommodate all the cables in a weird way, but it works, it looks good. I feel like the Horus Ascended model is busier than just Horus in many ways because of some of the added trim to the armour and stuff, which it also looks like the armour itself has changed slightly, like in terms of the chest plate is different in a way. Some of the decoration is similar, but it feels like, I don't know, there's like a segmented section on the older one that seems to be missing from the new one, and that kind of central plate where the Eye of Horus is kind of just about the waist, that looks to be different as well. You could probably sit there for quite a long time doing spot the difference between these two, which we won't do right now, but you could if you wanted to. I've got some nice close-ups there as well, which, yeah, the tubes especially just make him look so much more evil. Like it really does. It really adds a lot of attitude to him. Nice golden skulls and stuff hanging down there, which I didn't notice before. Which, nice, classy, tasteful. Yeah, overall, overall, I think he looks really, really solid. That cloak is chef's kiss. That is so good. I love that. I love that. More heads on the back there. More gilded skulls. More heads of the enemy. Oh, Jesus. One of them's got half his face missing. Looks like he's been carved from the nose down. What the hell? Ugh. That's just gross. That's just really gross. Why would you do that? Ugh. Ugh. Oh, and the little tears at the bottom of the cloak. The little torn bits. The holes. The gaps. The fact that it's like a little bit more battered. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me that. That's great. Love it. Also, I love that the ammo for the for the gauntlet is like flailing behind him as he strides forward. That's a great look. It's just got so much motion, so much intent. That's what it is. That's what the main difference is. There's lots of little like tiny cosmetic differences, but that's the main difference between the two models. It's the intent of them. They have a different intent. It's like they have a different purpose. Horus is just standing on some rubble with his massive maul out, and he looks like he is kind of inspiring. It looks like he's leading. It looks like he's directing, pointing, and inspiring his troops forward. Horus Ascended doesn't look like any of that. Horus Ascended looks like he is on a mission. He's there to kill anything he sees. He's not there to lead, he's just there to murder. It feels like there's a distinct difference in like motivation, like drive between the two models. That's what it feels like to me anyway. I like it a lot, but now I'm super curious as to what other Primarchs they're going to do. I mean, presumably, like, the Demon Prince Primarchs, they're going to do some sort of Ascended version of them, right? Like, a midway between what they were at the start of the Heresy and what they became by the time the Horus Heresy ended. Like, I feel like there's scope for change there. Are they going to do, like, a Mortarion Ascended? Are they going to do, like, a Lorgar Ascended? Surely Lorgar Ascended they've got to do. Surely. He's, like, practically a totally different person between the start of the Heresy and the end of it. In terms of his attitude, in terms of his power, in terms of how he uses his power and how capable he is in combat. Like, there's a vast difference between Lorgar working out that the Chaos Gods are a thing and Lorgar accepting their power. Like, he is so different by the end of it. It'll be interesting to see. Be interesting to see whether they do that. I'm assuming they will, but we'll have to see what happens. Question is, what do you think of Horus Ascended? Do you like him? Do you not like him? I have to admit, I prefer him to the original. Oh dear, is that sacrilege? Nah, it's fine. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. There's always an affiliate link in the description below for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you'd like. There's also one for Noble Knight Games if you're in the US. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.